So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. यार लंच करने के बाद में मुझे लग रहा है सबको नींद आ रही है. I said welcome back. अच्छा, okay. पहली बार लाइफ में ना इवेंट मैनेजर से तालियां बजवा रहा हूं मैं. बाकी पूरी जिंदगी इवेंट मैनेजर. इससे पहले कि मैं अगले सेशन की तरफ जाऊं, सबसे पहले तो मैं थैंक यू देना चाहूंगा अरशद सर को और पूरी टीम को, हरप्रीत सर को, everybody, the whole team of Forum, for giving me a chance to come up onto this dais and present the sessions for today. In fact, इतना अलग सा लग रहा है मुझे, इतना अच्छा लग रहा है मुझे, because this is something that I have been waiting for since a long time in my life. It's been 7 years that I was away from Jaipur. And in those 7 years, I saw Delhi, I saw Dubai. Last 3 years, I was in Dubai. And now, on this 16th, I've come back to Jaipur. But this is such a great beginning. This is such a great start because a forum where the whole industry can come up together, share their thoughts, or probably discuss onto the challenges and discuss onto the means of how to meet up those challenges or how to conquer the market, how to do new innovations, how to come up with new products, and how to entertain more. ऐसा एक फोरम, ऐसा एक प्लेटफॉर्म जो बना के कमाल कर दिया है यहाँ पर तमाम टीम ने, फोरम की ने. तो फोरम के लिए जोरदार तालियां हो जाएं एक बार. Without taking much of time, because we are already behind the schedule, and let's come up to the next session. This session is going to be for corporate events. And to participate in the session, let me have the honor of calling the lady behind some of the leading beauty pageants in India. Please welcome onto the stage, Ishreen Vadi. Zordar taliyan ho jaएं. I would also like to request the Honorable CEO of Blue Garage, Shruti Maheshwari, to please come up onto the stage and join us for this session. Taliyan zordar honi chahiye. पता है मेरी मम्मी हमेशा कहती है और मैं बहुत टाइम से कहता हूँ, for all the event managers with whom I've worked, they would probably be smiling when I say this sentence. मेरी मम्मी कहती है नारी अकेली सब पे भारी और ये पुरुष हर हाल में खुश. तो यहाँ पे दो नारी हैं और आपकी 200 ग्राम तालियां आई हैं, कोई मतलब नहीं निकला उससे. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I would now like to call upon an expert in retail and hospitality, Mr. Pankaj Ojha, to please join us on the stage, sir. And the moderator of the session, Director of Swish in Events, Mr. Mahavir Sharma, please, on the stage. And from now on, it's going to be over to you, Mahavir sir. It's over to you. Mics, please, for the speakers. And yes, every session is accompanied with Q&A sessions. So if you have any questions, the panel is right here after this discussion. The forum is going to be open for the Q&A.
Thank you. आप सब लोग को मेरा गुड आफ्टरनून. आई नो खाने के बाद मुझे खुद को नींद आ रही है, तो आप लोगों को भी थोड़ा जगा कर रखने में एक कोशिश करूंगा मैं. तो कृपया करके जिसको नींद आ रही है वो हाथ खड़ा कर दे, ताकि मैं चुटकुला वुटकुला सुना के आपको कुछ एंटरटेन कर सकूं. कृपया करके. टफ सब्जेक्ट है, कॉर्पोरेट है. जयपुर से इतना कॉर्पोरेट होता नहीं है शायद, बॉम्बे दिल्ली से ज़्यादा होता है. But I think the times are changing. I think Jaipur is also evolving, and I think local geographies में भी अब corporates, retail, hospitality अपने अपने budgets के साथ local events भी हो रहे हैं. I think ये तीनों जो speakers हैं, they are very very learned, very very experienced, varied fields. So इनसे कुछ सीखने की कोशिश करते हैं और hopefully we'll be able to better incorporate our journey. So I'll start from Ishreen from the far end. Hi. So she, as the moderator rightly said, the MC rightly said, is part of the fashion industry. She interviews celebrities. She's based out of Delhi. And she has a great experience in curating and owning a fashion show, Miss India Diva. And it's 4 years since she's been doing it. She's been going to sponsors, getting so quickly on the fashion show so that we can put everything on perspective. You know, as an audience in the fashion show, I feel that it's more of a entertaining event because I love to see clothes, jewelry, models. And from the point of view of a Miss India competition, it's more of a competition. Every model is competing with each other. There's hair, there's makeup, there's how you walk, question answers. What do you as an organizer see? I mean, what is more important to you, the models or the audience?
Okay, it's both.
Okay.
Models, audience, sponsors, corporates, everything. So it's a beauty pageant, Miss Indian Diva, and it's an international beauty pageant. And I think so it's the first pageant in India where there is no height criteria. And my main motive, let me just, tell you my main motive why I started this pageant. Because I've seen so many, girls, they were crying because of their height and all. Because in Femina, Gladrex and all, you have this height criteria, at least 5'7". So, and in international pageant, of course, you need height criteria for Miss World, Miss Earth and all. So there is one international pageant, which is Miss Tourism. I'm sure must have heard of it, Miss Tourism International. And it happens at Brazil. So there is no height criteria for this pageant. So I've taken that franchisee and then I started this pageant. So if anybody wants to participate in this pageant, so no height criteria, nothing. And for sponsors, as he asked this question for corporates and all, it is a challenging task for, taking sponsors and all. But touchwood, God is kind with me because of my experience as I was the marketing head of Amazon Fashion Week, which was earlier Will's Lifestyle India Fashion Week. So I was the business head there. I worked there for almost 3 years. And then I was working with Gladrex, Mega Model Manhunt, as a marketing head again.
Okay.
And then I started this pageant.
So basically जो मैं आपकी बात से समझा हूँ, प्रोडक्ट अच्छा होना बहुत जरूरी है. अगर मॉडल अच्छे नहीं होंगी, अगर कंपटीशन नहीं होगा, अगर ऑडियंस अच्छी नहीं होगी, तो कॉर्पोरेट या स्पॉन्सरशिप या टिकट्स दूर की बात है, इवन द थिंग विल नॉट मूव. सो योर एक्सपीरियंस हेल्प्ड यू curate a good product, and your past helped you get the right models and the right. Is that correct?
Let me now just get back to the sponsorship part again. Like in season 1 till season 4, a Volvo car has been associated with us as a title sponsor. Of course, business module sponsors and all, they always want to, implement business purpose as well. So they are getting the right TG and all. So of course, they will come on board. And if you have a good product, of course, sponsors will be coming on your show. And for models and all, after the show, after the pageant which get over, so I'm helping contestants to make their, dreams in the field of Bollywood. And my season 1 winner, she's right now doing movie opposite with Tiger Shroff, which will be coming in next year. So I'm helping contestants as well after pageant.
तो last question in this round, आपने Volvo का नाम लिया. How difficult is the corporate? मेरा लोगो नहीं आया, मेरी AV नहीं चली, मेरे को 20 नहीं 50 गेस्ट पास चाहिए, मुझे कॉकटेल डिनर. How difficult is the corporate world when you have to deliver? Are they very demanding, or they keep on pushing you, and they are finally not satisfied? Just tell us कि sponsors को कैसे खुश रखना है.
अगर आप स्पॉन्सर पार्ट पूछ रहे हो तो हाँ, लोगों से लेकर उनकी ब्रांडिंग तक, उनका एग्जीक्यूशन और फिर उनका जो कार डिस्प्ले रहता है, तो उसमें वो लोग बहुत ज़्यादा स्ट्रिक्ट होते हैं, बहुत ज़्यादा डिसिप्लिन्ड होते हैं. अगर कोई आपको 50,000 सपोज दे रहा है तो उसको कम से कम आपसे बेनिफिट चाहिए होता है 2.5 till 3 lakhs का. सो वो लोग बहुत ज़्यादा डिमांडिंग रहते हैं. एंड अगर आप किसी को प्रॉमिस डिलीवरेबल्स 10 कर रहे हो ना, टोटल 10 आप डिलीवरेबल्स उनको प्रॉमिस कर रहे हो, उसमें से अगर आप उनको 7 दे पा रहे हो देन इट्स ओके. अगर आप उनको 10 प्रॉमिस करो, उसमें से 2 दोगे तो ऑफ कोर्स वो कभी आपके शो में कभी आएगा ही नहीं, पार्टिसिपेट ही नहीं करेगा. तो मार्केटिंग आज की डेट में ना बहुत डिफरेंट हो गई है. आजकल सोशल मीडिया बहुत ज़्यादा एडवांस्ड हो गया है. पहले टाइम में इक्का दुक्का पैजेंट होता था, आज के टाइम में देर आर सो मेनी ब्यूटी पैजेंट, सो मेनी फैशन शोज विच आर फ्लडेड इन मार्केट. बट मेरा कंपटीशन किसी के साथ नहीं है यहाँ पे. मेरा कंपटीशन अपने खुद के शो के साथ है कि मैं उसको कितना आगे लेकर जाऊँ और कितना उसको आगे इम्प्लीमेंट करूँ. और साथ में आई हैव माई ओन NGO एज वेल, नन्ही परी, जो विमेन एम्पावरमेंट से रिलेटेड है पूरा. आप उसको सर्च कर सकते हो पूरे नेट पे, जिसमें विद्या बालन इज द ब्रांड एम्बेसडर and I'm a blogger as well.
So we'll come to social impact and blogging in the next round. So thank you for the sponsors. Shruti, you are a Jaipur girl. Jaipur में आप MGD school में पढ़ी हुई हैं. Now you're on the other side. You are representing the retail sector. You're doing visual merchandising. You understand what the CEO of a retail chain outlet wants. You are there to deliver it. How
experience, and as a result he might buy a particular product.
मुझे मालूम नहीं है अभी AI sending something on Facebook that I bought this from Shopper Stop.
Right,
Is that happening in Bombay and Delhi and Bangalore?
Yes, yes, it's happening everywhere. Today's customer is very well informed and so much more empowered. I think sometimes he knows more than the seller.
But is online sales and Amazon.coms of the world a competition? To what is it? How is the experience different, and how are you going to?
So what I do is a mix of interiors and events. So I do visual merchandising of shopping malls and retail brands. I create their retail window displays and store experience, cafe and restaurants. I'm not going to talk on that because today's is more of event related. So for events, I do mall activation, mall decor, thematic photo ops, art installations, flea market decor, all of that where, we create attention and desire in a customer's mind. He comes in, has a full experience. It's like a fun fair,
And exhibitions? Would you do a display booth at an exhibition at a show?
Yes,
you would do that.
So, for example, in a flea market, we've started doing these beautiful entrance gates, which itself, they are a photo booth. So people once come in, we increase the footfalls of a place. And once the consumer is in, it's easy to sell a product or a service that lasts long in the consumer mind. So you create recall value of a brand, and that's how they, create loyal customers.
Okay, so last question, how do you measure the satisfaction of the back office corporate world from what you do? They are thinking their product is great, someone thinks कि नहीं price बहुत अच्छा है, someone thinks कि नहीं city select mall है तो mall बहुत अच्छी है.
Right.
तो आप अपने आप को कैसे जस्टिफाई करते हो कि नहीं मेरे विजुअल इम्पैक्ट के कारण, मतलब हम जब डिस्प्ले करें
Right.
तो how do you
Measure
justify
that.
me to hire you for my exhibition that I was going to do?
Yeah.
That is what.
So I have got loads of testimonials from my clients because they measure, for example, one of my biggest clients is Select City Walk Mall in Delhi. So they do a lot of art installations and they measure. They have a team who measure. So my recent displays have broken all the records of maximum footfalls in Select City Walk Mall. For example, this Republic Day, we had a decor of Vedic inventions of India. We pulled in so much of crowd to see the Republic Day installation that that mall has the maximum number of footfalls in a day ever.
So
they tell us, they give us the feedback, they write testimonials for us.
And the footfalls justify.
Footfalls justify, that can be measured.
Word of mouth publicity, social media
Definitely.
publicity by footfalls justifies.
Definitely.
And
You
that's
can
what.
always measure the footfalls and the purchase.
Great, great. Give her a round of applause.
Thank
I mean,
you.
absolutely a great, great thing. And I'm sorry for the English listening audience. I have to mix Hindi and English. I'm sorry, so you'll have to live with it. Now to the third panelist on my discussion, and we're moving from India to Dubai and London. Pankaj, so good to have you here. Again, a specialist on retail and visual and branding and marketing for retail outlets across the world. Is your experience outside of India? I mean, she shared what she does here. Any different from what Dubai and London are? And what is it?
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. I really be privileged to be here, and I would like to thank Forum for the invitation. It's a great privilege. Regarding the sir's query on what are the experiences, because I've been in London, the consumer buying behavior, the patterns there, and the kind of visual merchandising they do is much ahead of what we've been doing. It's really spectacular. I've been lucky enough to travel across UK for more than 2 years. And I've been on the countryside also. Even they have a better visual merchandising than what we Indians do in the big malls. So kind of the Christmas kind of setup they do, we are nowhere near to that. Because they think from everything from the consumer buying patterns, what they would like to experience. They emphasize upon the thoughts of experiential marketing. When do a person buy a product? Because when he spends more time inside the store, when he's inside the store, there is a pipe music. When you go to India, there are these ding-chak songs happening and people move out of a store. So internationally, the formats, they try to see that there is a pipe music. Pipe music is a kind of a format, and then they will have a display of merchandise in such a way that they will get excited. Like they spend more time, they end up buying more products. And there is no discounting scheme or end of season. They buy at full value. So that is the difference I see when I go to an international markets in India. In India, you see most of the malls, even bigger brands like Zara and Palladium, they have to sell the products only in the end of season sales. So India as a market is purely consumer driven and discount driven. If you see that sale hai, तो ही लोग जाते हैं and they end up buying more products. So that's what we can't sell it at full value. That's what is my perspective.
समझ गया. तो Indian retail corporate world और London, Dubai retail corporate world, उनकी expectations में या उनकी brief जो वो आपको देते हैं कि हमको ये achieve करना है, कोई फर्क है या फर्क नहीं है, और है तो क्या है?
नहीं, there is a difference because they don't want, वो नहीं चाहते कि उनका प्रोडक्ट डिस्काउंट में बिके, बिकॉज दे रियली बिलीव their product is sold at quality, not at the quantity value. So that is the difference between Indian brief and the international brief. In Indian set of clients, what they want is how I can increase the footfalls, but they are not saying how I can deliver more value to a client in terms of an experience.
Okay.
That is what is the brief difference I get.
Quality versus quantity. The right audience versus too many people.
Right.
Okay, so वो product से product फर्क पड़ता है, लेकिन I can see. Now the other difference that I have observed in my travels, अभी शायद Indian retail में we haven't had human, live props like a Santa Claus, like an accordion being played, whatever pipe music you think is being played. There is far more. There's something to do for the children, so the mothers can shop with freely. There's a juggler, there's a joker. Something or the other is always happening in a mall or a retail outlet. Do you think that does help if the family is comfortable, the purchasing is better, the stress is less. Is that also helps?
Yeah, actually, that's the idea. So what happens is when you go with the family and you have certain priority of shopping, you would like to kids also to enjoy themselves. So there are this kids area, toddlers play area, where they manage everything, they take care of them. In fact, on the lighter side, there are some places where husbands can also be taken care of and women can go shopping.
So is there like a show or a...
No, actually
Okay.
that works because husbands are not interested.
ये ठीक है. I know Ranjit, you will get that for sure.
So because husbands are not interested with their respective wife or a girlfriend.
Husband is a nagging commodity when it comes to retail.
So because they need also have a free time, so husbands can have their own free time, have a couple of beers and
Okay.
enjoy themselves.
So there's food, there's cafeteria, there's beer.
Right.
I understand all that. Great. So
Also, I have a small presentation which I worked on the corporate opportunities and challenges.
Sure.
Hardly few slides I would like to share with the audience.
sure. Can we have the slides, please? और हो ना हो, लेकिन हम इवेंट मैनेजर्स के लिए ये बहुत अच्छी अपॉर्चुनिटी है. I mean, we can hire consultants like both of them, but do events in retail malls. I mean, corporates that are not outside of Jaipur, jewelers, हैं, anyone else. I think we should try and pitch to the retail customers के यहाँ पे आपके दुकान में ज़्यादा लोग आएं, do some entertainment, understand what's happening across Bombay, Delhi, hire them as consultants, or and when शादियां और corporate events नहीं हो रहे हैं और छोटे छोटे retail outlets हैं, छोटे छोटे mall हैं, but actually going and doing activation in retail outlets and mall is a great
What is happening is with all the event managers, not only in Jaipur, other cities also, all the event managers are the last people and they know everything. So the attitude lines, that itself is a challenge for many of us. That itself become a great thing to get insights into the client's mindset. Otherwise they think in learning and de-learning, because every time we think we know something, you have to learn also and de-learn also. You must love technology, because many event managers don't like to incorporate technology. They think वो difficult हो जाएगा, वो execution होगा कि नहीं, client फिर गाली देगा. So they have this thought process. So you make sure that you love technology. It is not skyrocket science, basic, like a couple of speakers said, that there are a lot of options like selfie booth where you can do it yourself. The photo gets clicked, and then you can get an instant email. If you want, you can share it on Facebook and Twitter. So it gives you more likes. For clients, it's basically the lead generation. What is the client looking is leads. When there is an event, when they say that usme ROI nahi milta hai, so they don't do any event or a conference because they think it's just a cost. Then say, event should be a sales strategy, because most of the brands and corporate thinks that it is a cost. So it is not a cost. It is one of the facts that nobody can replace events business, because it's where the networking happens, and it is the cost-effective medium where you can reach your target audience in the lesser cost. But when you advertise in television or any other media, you don't know who is watching, whether they are your TG or not. So I am emphasizing on as an events business, as a corporate client consulting, I always emphasize on clients, where they can do events, offline events, MICE events, where do a lot of team working exercises, and it's a ROI for them. So solutions should be given to reach their business targets. The second thought is ideas as per the budgets. In fact, the minister in the morning was also saying that because her budget ke liye bhi you should have some solutions, because if I come to you as a client and say मेरे पास 5 लाख budget है, आप लोग बोलोगे कि नहीं, मेरे को तो कम से कम 10 लाख का ही client चाहिए. So you are saying no to one client. So instead of saying no, you think about what are the ways you can do it in 5 lakhs and try to add value instead of just refusing. So my perspective is, don't refuse. Try to get some ideas for as per the budgets. The other idea is fact is we have to work as one industry. We can't be working in an isolation. When we work as a team, all big associations, whether it is an event association or other industry associations, they work from this perspective that we are together. Then we have to follow new trends, understand what are the new brand launches. I shared about what are the perspective we should work. We should work as brand partners. We should be working as partners and not just the vendors, because the attitude of the vendor is different and the attitude of a partner is different. So I am a client and you event managers are working with me as a partners. I'll be more than happy to associate, because vendor is just interested in making money while a partner is creating such demands and work together so that both grow together. CEM, I think people have already talked about customer relationship management. I have gone a step ahead, which is called customer experience management. My experience with you, or you are an event manager, your customer, what is the kind of experience they are going through? Every time you do an event or a wedding or a corporate launch, what kind of experience they get? Are they getting a feeling of just a vendor or a partner, or just more than partner, and wherein they think that they are doing the events from an ownership perspective? Because one satisfied client will give you 10 more clients. So that's the thought process behind saying this. Storytelling and innovations. End of the day, we have stopped buying vanilla advertising or vanilla events. Pehle standard events hote the, stage sound light, fabrication, basic khana. Now we are doing innovations. We are giving a lot of stories to clients to develop stories for brands, because customers are reading brand stories. They are not reading what is a product feature. Every product has a similar feature nowadays. In competition, you have to give brand stories. So we all love events. So what we have to do is, let's do it what we can do. Let's add value and not just cost. We all know that events are expensive and very hard to measure, but we can always have a solution saying that it is for revenue generation. To do that, we have to create certain standard operating practices and create benchmarks. What do you mean by benchmarks? Anybody who would like to share anything? What do you mean by a benchmark? Any feedback from the audience? Any would like to share? What is a benchmark for you? So because it's a very important perspective from the corporate opportunities and challenges. So if you think benchmark is also an opportunity, how it is a opportunity? Because see, Shopper Stop is a benchmark in the retail industry. When people talk to somebody who has worked with Shopper Stop, they don't ask a second question because they know that they have worked with Shopper Stop in retail. Similarly, we have to create benchmarks for your event business, whether you are an mice, selling mice, or whether you are a wedding planner, or whether you are activation guy. What are the kind of benchmarks you should evolve with? If certain benchmarks are there, client will look forward to you. In fact, I was talking to one of the gentlemen. He's a very pioneer guy. So he was doing very good work because he created such a benchmark for a certain channel. And after working for a few years, he went to another competition and the marketing head told that person that we were waiting for you. So that is the kind of benchmark he had created. So if you believe that you create a benchmark, there is a lot of business, there is a lot of potential. So you should love the technology because it will give you lead generation. I've taken this picture purposely because we are in Jaipur, Rajasthan, so keep walking. So what we have to do now as a challenge is think differently and keep going. We have to meet up on these sessions.
मुझे तो black label की याद आ रही है, keep walking.
Pardon, sir?
Black label की branding याद आ रही है.
So we have to produce new packages and services. We have to create, innovate and ideate. We have to create experiential marketing. So there is a lot of opportunity for all of us. It's only depend upon us how we will take it and how we will use it. Each one of you sitting here in the audience have a certain opportunity. How you want to exploit this is purely depending upon your thought process. Create benchmarks, create SOPs. The clients are willing, because see, I'll be very honest with you, been in the market for last 16 years with cross-industry experiences, they also have certain pain points. They also have certain pain areas. If you try to read that, and if you come a solution, they are your client. People are worried about business, how I will get, मेरे को extra business कैसे मिलेगा, additional clients चाहिए, how we will get it. So for doing all of that, you need to be doing homework. And for doing homework, you need to understand what is the client need, client history, and then only the corporates are willing to shake hands with you. So this is what we can do. I have highlighted we because we as a team member, what we can do is we have to share experiences and take feedback, build relationships and partnerships. The most important is we have to dream big, think big and believe big, be passionate and compassionate, and we have to celebrate success. Thank you so much. I hope I added value to you guys.
थैंक यू सो मच. मैं इससे तो यही समझाऊं कि प्रोडक्ट की जानकारी, यू नो, वट एवर स्टोर इन स्टोर ब्रांडिंग या मार्केटिंग हमको करनी है, उसके लिए उसको उसके प्रोडक्ट को कस्टमर की रीच वो कहाँ पहुँचना चाहता है उसको हमको समझना जरूरी है, उसके तरह से और ऑडियंस की तरह से सोचना जरूरी है. व्हाट आई understand from what you're saying. So I will now quickly go into a new domain which has been in existence for a few years. Social media. हम जब किसी को pitch करते हैं corporate को, Ishreen has a fashion show, a fashion week. There is 500 people sitting in the audience. Is that what Volvo is looking for? No. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, viral content is what they are looking for. They are looking for all that. How do you measure that, and how do you pitch to a sponsor or a corporate client कि मेरी audience की reach ये है? That's the question.
देखो टीजी तो सर बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट होता है. टारगेट ऑडियंस प्लेज एन इम्पोर्टेंट रोल. अब जैसे 500 फुटफॉल मेरे शो में आता है तो 500 में से अगर उनको 10 क्लाइंट्स मिल जाते हैं जो कार उनकी ले सकते हैं वॉल्वो, तो उनका शो में आने का पर्पस सॉल्व हो जाता है. तो यही होता है, वॉल्वो से लेकर ज्वेलरी पार्टनर जैसे ऑन बोर्ड होता है, डिज़ाइनर होते हैं, मेकअप पार्टनर, हेयर पार्टनर, तो ये सारे स्पॉन्सर होते हैं. एक सिर्फ वॉल्वो इज द टाइटल स्पॉन्सर. फिर जो ज्वेलर है दैट इज पीसी ज्वेलर ऑन बोर्ड, उनको इंटरनेशनली भी रिकग्नाइजेशन मिलती है. जैसे पैजेंट इंटरनेशनल है तो बाहर जैसे विनर जाती है, तो स्पॉन्सर्स के जितने भी लोगोज होती, ब्रांडिंग्स होती है, वो बाहर भी होते हैं. सो ये पैजेंट एक सर अगर आप ब्रांडिंग की बात कर रहे हो तो ब्रांडिंग बहुत तरह की होती है. सोशल मीडिया, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक मीडिया, प्रिंट मीडिया, रेडियो मीडिया, अलग अलग तरीके से ब्रांडिंग होती है. मैं अपने पैजेंट के बारे में डिस्कस कर सकती हूँ कि उनको क्या क्या मिल सकती है. तो टीजी प्लेज एन इम्पॉर्टेंट रोल.
एंड टीजी के अलावा कंटेंट इज, सी यू आर फ्रॉम द फैशन, फॉर मी ग्लैमर, good looks, women is viral content. People will share it. So do you tell that? Do you pitch that, or that's understood by the corporate world?
That is understood.
That's understood.
Yes.
कि कोई मॉडल गिर जाएगी तो उसका वायरल कंटेंट ज्यादा हो जाएगा.
बिल्कुल. ये आजकल तो मैंने देखा है जानबूझ के भी ये सब होने लगा है. और मुझे अभी सर की एक बात बहुत अच्छी लगी. आई एम सो सॉरी, आई एम फॉरगेटिंग योर नेम, बट आपने जो ये बात बोली है, यूथ प्लेज एन इम्पॉर्टेंट रोल. आजकल यूथ के अंदर एक एटीट्यूड हो गया बहुत ज़्यादा. वो अपने आप को इतना ज़्यादा सुपीरियर समझने लगे. इवन इंटर्न जैसे मेरे पास आते हैं काम करने के लिए, मैम हमारा कैबिन का है, हमें एसी मिलेगा या नहीं. हम लोगों ने जब अपने टाइम में काम किया था, हम लोगों ने स्ट्रगल हम लोगों ने लाइफ में देखी है. आजकल के टाइम में जो यूथ स्ट्रगल देख रहे हैं वो कुछ भी नहीं है जो रियल स्ट्रगल हम लोगों ने फेस करा है. इफ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग सर. सो यूथ का बहुत
youth, of course, youth is social media, youth is technology, and youth is the future, and that's where India's strength lies. So from glamour and viral content, now I would want to put my question in two parts to you: branding, marketing, sales. Three different heads,
Right.
all related. One or the other has to be achieved.
Right.
Whereas she's using, or her clientele or her event is more glamour oriented, yours is more family, more
decoration because everybody loves that.
Yeah.
Personal
Or
attention.
causes,
They feel special. about the
candle
causes.
march and environment
Yeah.
and
So it's like, all the communities coming together.
absolutely. So that's also important for all of us to understand
Definitely.
कि उसको हम कैसे use कर सकते हैं.
Definitely.
Now I'll go the last step on social media, और वो अभी इंडिया में शायद नहीं हो रहा है. हम लोग रिटेल में जब जाते हैं तो देखते हैं फुटफॉल कितना है, लाइक्स कितने हैं, शेयर कितने हैं, सेल्स कितनी हैं. वो इम्पैक्ट आता है हमको इन सब कामों से. वोल्वो कितनी बिक्री थी, कितनी बिकने लग गई, कितने ग्राहक देखने आ रहे थे. एनालिटिक्स डेट के कितनी एज ग्रुप ने उसको शेयर किया, मेल ने किया, फीमेल ने किया, अर्बन ने किया, रूरल ने किया. आई थिंक बाहर के मुल्कों में वो ज्यादा हो रहा है. एनालिटिक्स इज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टूल कि मुझे कहाँ खर्च करना है, मेरे लिए ग्लैमर से ज्यादा हिट है कि सोशल इंपैक्ट से ज्यादा हिट है, मुझे मेरी टीजी औरतें हैं तो मुझे औरतों के लिए क्या करना है. आर यू इज द कॉर्पोरेट वर्ल्ड सिटिंग इन द बैक एनालाइजिंग ऑल दिस, या दे आर हैप्पी विद द नंबर्स?
Yeah, I think it's a very interesting question and a very important question, because also I consult on a social media perspective. I do bloggers table. Bloggers table is a concept where bloggers are invited and for one of the cafes in Bandra, very high-end cafe. So we serve them food, and because also after the sampling, we get good reviews on Zomato, on Facebook, we get live mentions, we do Facebook live. I'm sharing this case study, only reason is what happens is people get likes, they get shares, and people come to know about that new opportunity or to just hang out. And they go and try out that new place. So it's a very critical question because they like to know what is working. When the
Sure.
promoters, when I share this data that we got 1,000 likes and 500 shares, so they are happy. Because earlier there was no mention.
But they don't
Earlier
care
there
about किसको जा रहा है.
No, they
कि
want
वो लाइक जो हुआ वो लड़कों ने नहीं किया और कपड़े तो लड़की के बिक रहे हैं, लेकिन वो लड़की गिरी तो लड़के शेयर कर रहे हैं. क्या फायदा हुआ शेयर का?
ऐसे भी केसेस होते हैं. It is the social media.
The analytics is an important tool.
Analytics is a very important tool. But see, I gave a case study of a bar. It's a cafe cum bar.
Yeah.
Now I will share one perspective about, there is one very high-end company which is into holidaying, international holidays, membership and all. So they have their Facebook page. But if somebody has a complaint, people are not replying to those complaints. So the social media should be used in a very nice manner in terms of giving the feedback and also replying to the customer's query. Should be a customer engagement tool.
Responsible.
You are right. Responsible is the right word. So when, for suppose I have a complaint, I put it on Facebook, I did not like your hotel room at so-and-so dates, and the experience of food was bad. So if somebody is not replying, what is the point of feedback you're getting from a customer?
Sure.
So people, there are different set of corporates. So for suppose, even as an event manager, you can also use social media to your advantage. Don't think that my competition will come to know what is my new event I have done, what is the new wedding I have done. It is basically a sharing perspective. This is what I shared in my presentation. You have to share your experiences and feedback. So we have to learn from each other's feedback. So what you have made a mistake, I will not. So social media is also the right tool to connect to your partners, to your vendors, to your clients, and you use it in a very diligent and a very nice perspective. Even I have more than 5,000 friends on Facebook, but I use it very nice, in a nice manner, create synergies, try to help people. I mean, that is how I been doing for last so many years. I have been very active member on LinkedIn. I used to create some thought processes which are interactive. So this is a social media presence. Whether we like it or not, we need to have analytics at the background, and work on those
and
lines.
India will also soon, I think, have
India, few clients are using. There are paid techniques for that.
Great. So I'll quickly open the floor for questions, sawalat, specific to the point. Anyone? वैसे we've covered every aspect, online, offline. लेकिन किसी का कोई सवाल हो तो हाँ जी सर, माइक देना भैया.
मैंने बताया था, इवेंट मैनेजर सोचते हैं हमको सब कुछ आता है. So I think where you have to go and open and participate, you ask questions. We are here to share the knowledge.
नहीं वो क्या है, ये लोग सब शर्माते हैं. 1-on-1 आज डिनर पे सब आपसे ही सवाल करने वाले हैं. हाँ जी सर.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here. Thanks to FoREM. But my query straight away goes to Shruti Maheshwari. And this is in perspective to visual merchandising. Having been there, done that. And now, right now, as you mentioned, we have been looking at a lot of visual merchandising happening in a lot of retails. Now, this has started a long time back, right? But then the new age technology, what I really want to understand is, what are the parameters? As in, there's so many things that really goes into bringing the last effect, but how do you really analyze? What are the specific parameters? Now, I understand you mentioned about the music part, as he mentioned that the music is a very integral part, but there's so much more. So just to understand on a surface part, keeping it very short, what are the key parameters? One parameter that I would like to start with is the scent part, because the smell really differentiates a lot for every brand. It means a lot. Every smell definitely means something more for the person visiting that specific place. So could you just give us some insights on that?
Yes. So besides all the elements that we know that play part in any kind of design, not just visual merchandising, are like props, theme-based, concept-based props, the use of right type of coloring, texture, lighting, visuals, imagery, so on. But as you rightly said, fragrance and music, they play a big role in shopping experience in a retail space. So it has been researched by a lot of scientists in New York and Singapore that how warm temperature of the fragrance changes the way people want to buy the products or they don't want to buy the products in a retail scenario. For example, warm scent like cinnamon, it gives a perception of a crowded place. So people think they are in a very crowded place because of that warm scent, and they end up buying more luxurious items to compensate that. So researchers have been doing all of those studies, and so goes with the music. You know, if you have a very high pop kind of a music, your decision making increases. So you kind of play that music in a brand like, you know, which is selling fast moving items like jeans and all. And in a sari showroom, you would like to have a nice instrumental music where you want people to spend more time because sari purchase takes more decision making time. So that is how music and fragrance play very important
all six
roles.
senses have
all
to be...
six senses. So we can control how a customer sees, hears, smells, touches, and, you know, feels the entire experience in a store. That can be controlled through design.
And the price, of course, the sixth sense. Yeah, you want to add something to this?
Yeah, I have a certain thought process. I agree with her. See, because if you go to Starbucks, they actually burn the coffee beans. If somebody has observed that. So Starbucks, when they burn the coffee beans, because of that smell, no, people try different kind of coffees. I've been invited for coffee testing sessions very regularly by Starbucks and Cafe Coffee Day. So what I understand is they keep this trying and sampling. Sampling is one of the ways where people can try the product, and then when they review about the product,